Welcome back, folks. This is lesson 86, and I've had the last three, if you remember, were sort of all done without voiceover. No sign of me, so I wasn't rattling on. But people have been emailing me and texting me and on FaceTime and all sorts, saying we prefer it with your voice on. So I thought, well, let's put it back again. So what I wanted to try was to try using the Weston's mops again, these brushes, and let's see how we go with voiceover. See that'll. But just before I do that, I want to show you what the last one we did. If you remember, we did a sort of a bit of a tree thing with that. I think that's it there. This is a tree thing that we did. That was a sketch I had, and turned that into that winter scene with trees. So that's that one out of the way. And then on bits of paper which I like to use. Then they did a Norfolk village. If you remember, that was a bit of a sketch. And that's the sketch it came from. So you don't need much information to transfer it to your watercolour paper. That's what I'm trying to say. And while I was on that, I thought, oh, well, that's all right. And one on the back, we did that one next, didn't we? That was St Benet's Abbey, and it was just basically a nice dark behind there with the ruin of the abbey there, and it was in a snow scene, and then with just a big sky. And that worked all right as well. And I don't know if we did any more on this. So looks, I've got a bit of paper. I don't usually waste it. Well, then there's another one that might come up in the future. I saw this. There's a focal point, the cottage or the house with the trees around it and the road leading to it, and all this leading to a bit of a mill in the distance. I might do that later sometime. But I'm just showing you that all these are made from little bits of paper that. Now, Edward Seagull was lovely painting the coast, and after his sort of sketch up Watson there, I thought, well, I'll have a go at that. So this is a few old old sheds here, which I like sheds, and the village in the distance there. And it is sand dunes, and there's the water across there. So, but that might be in the future. We'll see that one now. See what. And what else we got? Yeah, see what I'm sketching. There's another one there which I've sketched out. And this is the village of Ludham, and a couple of old oak trees and that, and the road leading in, and we'll see what we'll do with that later sometime. I'm sure we will. And then there's one there with just a bit of a major tree, cornfields already sort of cropped, and the bales are there, and then some trees around it. That might work. I don't know. We'll see. But the one I've got is. But the one I want to try today is I sketched this one out. Is that one? Now this is an Norfolk mill. There's a little boat stood up by. There's a boat, a house, and another house there, and a yacht coming around the corner. This is the Broads here, and it's going around this headland here. This one just here, and then there's another one in the distance just there behind it, so in full sail. This one is board, no sails up at all. So there's one or two outbuildings and stuff like that here. A couple of heavy trees. The light coming from the right, just about there. So we've got that sketch coming down there. That's sketching that, and then this foreground land here, and then this is the Broads here. So that's what I've got to start with. So let's see what happens, shall we? I'll move these mop brushes, which Weston used to expertly, but I'm not having as much luck as he is. We'll try anyway. So I'm starting off with the horizon line, something like that. And then just about here we'll pop the mill in, just to nothing special. Just don't fillet all the lines in and stuff like that. It's just a suggestion of the mill there. It's got a spindle sticking out there, and the sail comes down like that, something like that. It's got a bit sticking out at the back, which is another type of directional mill thing, and that's fastened to the actual mill itself. And there's a piece sticking up there. So that's the mill. But then on here there's a property. There's a piece of either building here that comes into that. Stick that into there. And there's another one just in front here, facing that way. And then I think there's a bigger one up the back here. Looking at the sketch. So I can't remember where I've sketched. It doesn't matter anyway, because we'll make it up as we go along. And there's a bit of a tree there, a nice tree. That bit of a tree there looks quite nice. We'll stick that in there. That'll be quite nice. I'll try and leave that mill white, I think. And then another tree just here. And there's some bushes and stuff like that here, in front of these houses or sheds or whatever they are. It comes along here. Then we've got some distant landscape across there. The river, the bank of this comes down to about that level there. And we've got a slip of land going across there like that. And there's another piece of the river bank comes down here like this. That's got all twiddly bits on. And there's a piece of this foreground bank which comes sort of quite an angle like this, just like this, down to there. That's that side done. We can forget that side now because we can. Oh, I know there's a little boat just moored him out here, isn't there? So I'll pop him in, and he's got a. He hasn't got a sail up, so he's stuck there. Don't know why, but anyway, we've got this, and this side is the other side of the broad, and that piece comes up like this, goes across there, and the water comes around here, around this. And this is water. So we've got a boat in a yacht, not a boat. And he's just, I'll trying to put him banking, if you like, because the wind's got him. I can put him like that somehow, on the angle, and put the sail up there. And he's in full sail, this lad. So he's tacking, if you like, and then he gets the shadow about there, and that shadow there is nice. Put that in there, and then just behind this sort of headland is another yacht which is also in full sail but side on. So we'll get this sort of effect, and then the rest is water coming around here, but we don't want to wet that. But so that's basically all I need. The information from that is I've got it now. There's a nice shadow there, which I like that. I'll put that shadow down there. So the light's coming from there, from the right, just there, that way. I think that's enough information, and then we can just do what we like with it, can't we? We wanted to sort of slavishly copy the sketch, because the sketch doesn't slavishly copy what it was. So that's the main thing. We've got that. I can nearly dispense with that now. And the colours we're going to use today, folks, are, let's see. Our usual colours, look at that. I'm not taking you astray anywhere. Well, this pencil, by the way, I'm just while I'm talking. In the Yorkshire, when the pencil gets short like that, they're difficult to hold. I like something to grab hold of. I need something in my hand. So this is a little device. It's by Derwent, and it's got a clamp, like a chuck on it, like a drill. You put your little bit of stub end of your pencil in, screw that up, and then you've got a nice full pencil again. Nice bit of kit, that. Especially for Yorkshiremen who don't like throwing stuff away. That works well. Anyway, let's see what we've got here now. So there's the colours we've got. As soon as we're ready and mixed up on this, we can start doing something with it. So I'll move these down. I'll put the sketch at the sketch that we did at the beginning of this video, and then you can see what we're doing. Okay, so I'll put that over there for now. Right, I'll use these mop brushes. See how we go. Clean water, have a nice guy, shall we? This is water. Clean water, by the way. And I want to put some raw sienna in here, just a bit of sunshine. Lovely day. A lovely day on the Broads, how's that? There's a bit of tissue here. My brush has got too much liquid in it now. And now put some alizarin cruise in it and get a nice bit of blue sky coming up. It's a lovely day. And if you're careful, if you just you can paint round some of the clouds if you want to keep clouds in there. I'll try and keep that mill white if I can. If I don't muck it up, we'll see how it goes anyway. And a bit of alizarin crimson in the base of that sky. Mind the mill. Just that touch in the base of it, just to give it a bit of depth. See how these brushes go? You get weird shapes with them, I tell you. You've got to be very careful with them. But they work. They work. Trust me, they work. A bit just there. Just turn that brush over a little bit. And then I think we'll have a bit of bad weather coming. Oh, I like a bit of bad weather. See, that heavy cloud there will balance the action which is on our thirds there, which are our focal point. But that balances the picture, getting a nice heavy dark across here. Will give us a nice counterbalance for that what's happening down here. Right, where's the light coming from? That's the first job. Let's find out what's happening there with the light. It's coming from, we decided on the right, didn't we? That was across here, remember? So we need to see any darks we're going to have on these cloud formations are going to be on the left-hand side, aren't they? So we can just dip in that stuff again, this stuff. Let's see if we can darken some of these clouds at that side. This is the smaller one of these two. I've got a bigger one. There's a monster one, but I'm not using it today. Just get these clouds. A little touch on there. These will be in the distance. I'm trying to keep that sail wide if I can. I think while I'm at it with this, we might as well put the water in, haven't we? Because what's upstairs is what downstairs as well, so let's do that, shall we? Put a bit of water on there, so clean water, and then put some colour into it. So we're going to get blues, the blues in here as well. We're going to get the pinks, aren't we? And we're going to get some of the dark stuff up there. We can get a bit of dark stuff down this foreground here. That'll darken this down a bit. Mix a bit more up, a bit stronger. That's better. That'll bring you forward. Don't forget your water dries 50% lighter than what you can see. So don't think, oh, I've overcooked that, because you probably haven't. So that needs to dry now. Right, the next thing we need to do is in this distance, there's some distant headlands, and I want to put that in like a pale colour. Perhaps a touch of the ultramarine and the alizarin crimson will give me a sort of a nice distant colour. Just the idea is it keeps in the distance as well. It doesn't intrude. They can be they're actually trees and stuff like that, and but it's nice just to. And this little brush, actually, it's got a good point on it, and you can twiddle on like this. Mind the headland. There's a headland just here, see, and it goes beyond there, above the headland. Some stuff like this. Down that sail, and comes across the fields like this. So don't start putting birds and anything like that. It's too far away. That's got the depth done there. Now we can come further forward now, and we can look at some of this greenery in the foreground here. Let's have a look at that. Let's see. Now we ought to start with some. Well, that's a bit distant. That's a bit distant. I'll start with some the raw sienna, and a touch of that French ultramarine. We should get a sort of a muted green there. I don't want it too strong. Let's see what we've got. That should be all right. It's distant stuff. I can pop some in there like that. Just undercoat. And some on this one here. We're doing undercoat on all this, and then we've got the ground covered. Some on this one here. What I like about these brushes, you can't fiddle with them. You know, you whatever you've got, you stuck with it, and you paint it that way. Look at that point there. So when you get it, and it's only just the way it's flopped. French polishers mops, they are. Well, they seem to work anyway. Well, they work for him. Not about me. Right, that's got it mainly blocked in now. We can start doing twiddle on it now. So that sail, we've managed to save most of the sail, and that one there is a bit darker, but not to worry. Right, I think next we should tackle the around the mill area. That's probably next. Get a few details in around this, then we can finish off this foreground once we've done that. So the roofs on these are pan tiles, so we can put some burnt sienna on that. Would be a quite nice colour, and touch of that on there. I'll try and use this mop pot. Bit heavy on paint, that. Lift that out. Soaks up like a sponge, this thing. There's also one just here. Touch down there. I don't want to start putting tiles on it. It's too far away. This is just suggesting the bits we can see, and it's a collection of buildings around the mill, isn't it? We can try and probably at the top of the mill would be nice in that colour, probably a bit darker, but we'll pop it in for this colour to start with. And it looks a bit B&Q there, so I'll put some blue into it. That'll take the newness off, take the B&Q look off. And some of these roofs as well, they're just a bit bad. They look more lived in now. Right. We've got a touch of, put that window in there. It's a good little brush, this. Even though it's a floppy thing, you can put a little bit of detail in. Right, now we've got to put some of this work on the actual the sails and that, so that's got to be popped in. Use this colour what we've got up there. I've got a bit left here, so I'm going to pinch a touch of that. Bit of dark, not much water then this time, folks. It's just trying to get it sort of there's a little sticky out bit here. It's a bit blue with that. I'm making a mistake. I always tell my people to test it first, and I'm not doing. I'm going straight in with the colour and getting it wrong. My own fault. There's a little piece comes down here like that. The piece sticks up here like that. Right, then there's a spigot here, and then the old blades of the mill. I'll do with that. Now I think the mill itself, I might. It's a white mill, but I want it's circular, so I want to I'll put some clean water on it if I can. Oops, that's not clean water, that's blue all over it. Just touch of clean water. And on that side I'll put a bit of shadow on it to make it spherical. It's wet, and I'm just gently touching it there, and it's going to indicate sort of roundness. And when that dries, I'll put a proper shadows in from up there. But that gives me that little bit. Now I want to put some nice juicy trees in the background so that they'll stand out. I'm using cadmium yellow this time as the base colour. Cadmium yellow, and I think also winter blue red shade for this one, because they do make nice greens. So we go with that. So we've got one up here like this. A bit more yellow into it. And we'll darken that a bit at the bottom. And back with this is another big tree at the side here. And then we remember the sketch? I've got a sketch somewhere. Let's just go back to the sketch. Here we are. There's our sketch, isn't it? So we can just use that as a guide. And I'll put a quite dark one, dark green on this one. That's more Windsor blue red shade into it. That'll darken it quite considerably. Yes, that's a nice one, that one. I'm not going for detail, it's just a shape, a colour. And it was separate on this, I'm keeping it separate there. But I'm going to darken the bottom part of it just to get that nice dark green at the bottom, if I can. A bit more Windsor blue in there. Give it dark in there. Right, there's 1 2 greens about here, so I'm going to use them. A bit more yellowy than that. And we're going to use some 2 little bits in this here. Still using the cadmium yellow and the Windsor blue red shade. And a bit of green there. And we could perhaps pale it down a little bit. To pop an indication of this in this back one here. A little bit stronger. And this can come down here. dark in the bottom of that. That's right. Now this can be nice and rich green in the foreground here. I can even shove it above the horizon line, if you like. This one here. Just take it up a bit like that. It's a richer green, and it automatically brings it forward. A bit more colour in that. So I'm only mixing small amounts, because if you mix too much, what will happen is you're tempted to use that green all together, and then the thing looks all samey. So don't do that. Let's get some darks in the bottom of this. Make it dark. One or two nice spindly bits. Sticking up. A touch of dark on the bottom of that. I don't worry if you've got one or two bits of white. Don't worry about them. Right, we'll do the other side of the river now. Still using the same colours, but varying the values between the greens and the blues. Let's see what that looks like. See if it's what I want. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. So we can put on this side this sort of stuff. And at the base there, I want to put some browns in the bottom of that, because it's near the river bank and that. If I can get that in there. This is burnt sienna, the colour I'm using. Then we'll darken that with some winter blue. I've got a boat to do there. I wonder, put a dark shaft on it. That might do that. Paint the hull of the boat. Make it nice and stand out a bit, and that, won't it? A nice focal point for you. That will do. And I think the sailing boat, I think we'll have that as a sort of bit of raw sienna, or burnt sienna hull on that one. Just come round the corner. That's this one. I don't think you see reflections that far up the river because it's not that easy. Right, what else have we got? Got that in. The lights from there. Got to put that shadow in there, haven't we? And then finish these boats off, these sails. With a nice shadow colour there. Ultramarine and the burnt umber makes a nice shadow colour. Both transparent colours, so you can see through them. What's that out below? So we'll put a nice shadow. I think we'll get a nice shadow under that there. And this will be in shade. This face of this shade here. This one will be. That one will be. Nice shadow under there. There's a nice, lovely shadow coming across here, like this, across the mill. Nice and careful around your buildings. I think a curve on that one would be nice as well. That's right, a bit of shadow on there. There's a nice shadow on this, under this sail here. This is filled sail. It goes into shade there, which is nice. And that's a white sail, and they've got a white sail here, but it looks miserable that, so I might put some gouache on that to see if I can sort myself out with that. Yeah, a bit more dark down this side will help. If some of this might be in shade just here. We're at the twiddle stage, folks, so be careful. Put a dark under there to separate that and the water's edge. It might be nice if I had a bush just there as well. It looks a bit too milled in ground, which would be better if you had a bit of shrubbery in there. Might work, might not, but I think some about here. See, a bit more yellower than that. Sure, it's a bit better than what we had. Now this water is too nice. I think I'll just bring it forward a little bit. It's just quickly sweeping the brush across. Hitting and missing. Reflection of that mill there. I think that'd be nice. Some of that green as well, that'd be nice in the water, wouldn't it, just there. Did a reflections there to get that in the water. Right there, a bit darker at this corner. Just reflect the top of that mill in there, right? Make it look a bit nicer, a bit. Just there. Of course, what I can do is also just suggest, don't go mad. The reflection of that thing up there in this mill. Right, gouache on that. I'm not putting gouache on these mop brushes, so I'll use a miserable little old brush I've got to put a bit of gouache on. That's the one at the distance. Get back that seal there. I'll just put a touch of it in here. I start fiddling now. So just the shaft, or mast, or whatever you like to call it. And you can see the shape of that sail, I suppose. Just What about birds on a nice day like this? Someone can scarcely see there's any dodgy bits. There's one up here for a start. Let's right up here. One up there. There's a little one here. That could be a gull, this one. And then a third. There's a dot here. That'll do. This one. Right, now when as soon as you start looking for things to do, take the brush off me, because that's when you stop. And here's our finished picture. How's that look to you? Is that alright? Well, I've enjoyed sketching that, folks, and popping it into a painting of my thoughts and designs. And well, I look forward to seeing you on 87. So until then, folks, it's goodbye, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye. Look forward to seeing you. Bye bye. Give us a subscribe, by the way, and we will get the numbers up. We're trying to get these numbers up. Okay. Bye bye.